All right, and we're on. What's going on, Clifford? How you doing, man?
Fine, fine. No, get better. I just get my leg and everything happened like last year with my injury and my ankle, all that. Well, I'm glad just to get better.
What did exactly happen? Like, what did you tear something? Was it a ligament? Was it your muscle? Like, what was it exactly?
Basically, that was actually like we went to Colombia. I went to the like
Huh?
international game with people from Colombia. They have like a national team. We were playing against them. I was playing with a guy from Mexico. The guy came like a year and a half for the Latin Bowl, and they joined me like, hey, we want you to come with us. You're gonna have to play in Colombia, so let's go and play in November. So I went with them, and we only had like a one practice together, like the 20 guys, only 20 guys that went. They flew to well, I flew from Costa Rica and they flew from Mexico to Colombia. So we'll meet up in that place. So when we meet up in Colombia, we just took like Saturday, just like we walk through some plays and like shadow the playbook, let's say in other words. And from there, we're like, okay, we're gonna start doing this. You're gonna play and so other plays like do some motions, I formations. I've been part of it. Also, I've been punting, so you can imagine. I never punted before, but in Panama, they give you all the base, like okay, how to punt, how to play linebacker, all the positions. You have to learn all the positions, and then when you be ready, you can choose in which one, or what is the perfect fit, or what is the position that you will look better, or you got better performance. That's the way they have the training in Panama. So at the end, I would start playing as like the tight end, like like 1 minute 50 before we went to the halftime. I ran like it was like a fine now. It was a bullet pass. But the end from Colombia, they rushing so fast. So the Mexican QB, he couldn't throw like the ball is supposed to like properly. I told him I gonna run the fire out and I go straight to the sideline. So just put the ball right there. And he flat me out. He threw the ball so high, I jump as much as I can. So when I fall in, the guy just hit me in the low back, and then his shoulder, like just right in the back of my knee. And when I just like falling, he just twisted, like it screwed me up. And then when I knew, like, okay, I get broken my ankle. So the pyramid
Damn.
is so my pyramid was broken. The medics they tried just to do certain things to help me out. And the rest of the game, I was like the halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter, I was literally broken when my ankle was broken. Um,
Fuck.
it sucks when you don't have like any insurance or when you have like when and this is for my experience that I can tell to the others. Anytime if you go any invitation, make sure that you got okay guys, you have an insurance. You guys invite me to any like competition that you guys have an insurance, you got an ambulance in the field. Because I never seen that. I didn't. We didn't see I myself. I only see
Uh-huh.
like two paramedics, but I didn't see any ambulance. We didn't have any insurance. I suppose it was my responsibility to cover myself just to set up like the insurance, but I
Hmm.
couldn't get the insurance before I just take a flight to get there to Colombia. So fortunately, I had the
Fuck.
accident. The guy uh, broke literally my ankle, and I saw him. The zebras basically they threw it because it was like it was a dirty tackle. I talked with Scott one day about that play, and he said like it was legal. It was totally legal. But I wish I could show you the video right now, so you can do your own judgment and you can see like, okay, that was that was filthy. That was a filthy tackle. I was so pissed with those guys. Like, okay, you guys have a like national team from Colombia, and you're not even giving basic to your guys to how to tackle, how to do a phone tackle, how to do Oklahoma, how you can like tackle in, like up in field. Because it was a tackling up in field, but you have to know how. If you wanted to tackle a guy 6'4" with 280 pounds, go straight, not to the knee, go straight to the left, all right? Or if you got strong enough, go straight to the waist and just go with him and just go. So both go and just go to the ground. But it was a bad technique. I was so pissed, and I told the guy at the very end is football. It was a game. Let's say that it wasn't your fault because you didn't. But if you see, it was from my perspective, it was like it was dirty intention to fuck me up. In other words, so that's what it was.
That's the thing, though. That's the problem with, and I can't even just say South America, Central America. It's everything. Coaches, the team will always reflect their coach. So if it's a dirty coach, the players are dirty, and it's a horrible thing, man. Because you shouldn't teach that. It's going out there. You compete, yeah, and it's for fun, yeah. But you're still out there, hey, dying and sweating for your brothers, doing whatever you can to win. But that's on the field, man. There's no need to try to injure another player. There's no need. It makes no sense. I've never understood it. You know what I mean? Like even playing here, like I've had a couple blindsided here, but I don't get up and bitch about it. I'm just like, oh, okay, head on a swivel, man, head on a swivel. You gotta just smarten up. But you know what I mean? That's not that dirty. That's just like, okay, it's not legal anymore. Now any type of blindside, that's a flag. Or any type of crack block. It's a flag now, man. That's that. I don't know about those crack blocks. They should be normal. There shouldn't be a problem with it.
That was like for any defensive back, that was like you can make a crack block for this guy, and that was actually legal back in the days because let's say the player was in this blitz side, so he doesn't know what's going on. So you like. Let's say that you was doing like a little motion, like 3-4 steps, and boom, and you put his ass in the ground. And that made me feel good. I feel good because I whooped his eyes up. So see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So now you're hurting a lot of people, and that the crop block is not any longer like legal block.
I never liked Yeah, no, I never went low. Even my 1 year at O-line, I never dropped low. I always stay above waist every time, man. Never dropped.
I remember when I was playing in Panama, like, okay, they were actually giving like bases. Like, yo, if you're in the line, the priority is just to learn how to make blocks. Like down the line, do blocks. But other coaches showed you like some tricks. One of those tricks was how to do like a chop, like double teams, like bounce blocks. But we always been focused like, okay, how to do a chop block.
Yeah.
Like let's say, okay, I'm the tackle, you're the guard. Like I'm gonna cut this guy down and you cut this guy up. So both hit them up at the same time, and it was pretty dirty and risky because it was like two hits at the same time. Somebody hit you low, somebody hit you in the high, and it was like 2 or 3 times somebody be doing the same thing. I was like, okay, coach, I need just to breathe, and you know that okay, they might be wrong this way. Okay, what is the gap that we're supposed to be running?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go just to the gap, like the 4 hole. Okay, so let's do a chop block to the guy, and you can get the other guy and get blast him up. Right. So it was literally like you go straight to the other players that you're supposed to be go not too down. So when you go so down, like you hit the knee, you
Uh-huh.
hit the knee, and you get hurt when you hitting and you tackling like tall players. And I've been like, to be honest, Rob, since I came here in Costa Rica, that was the issue that I've been having in 2008, 2009. Every single time that Arturo was, hey, throw me pass, Gary Gafferson back in the days before he joined the Bulldogs, he used to like 9 passes that have been like throw me some pass, and what it was like the linebackers or the corner that goes straight to my knee.
Yeah, no. But that's not how you're supposed to tackle, man. You know what I mean? You don't dive for the knees. You just your face goes into his chest, man. Wrap it up. You lift them up. You make a normal tackle. But that's the thing, though. Sometimes a lot of these kids don't get taught that technique or don't have a chance to learn the technique because sadly there's sometimes teams that are just players. There's no coaches. You know what I mean? They're just out there. And until they go to like see another team or they go to a joint practice, something like that, then they get taught proper technique. Because the good thing is at least that I know of, every coach that ever coached me or that I've talked to in this league, everyone's teaching proper technique. It's like, you know what I mean? Like it's always number one on our list. You got to tackle, tackle, tackle. If you don't tackle, you can't win. So from there, it's just like the player, man. It sucks, but man, there's some dirty people out there.
The players they get bored when you got a lineman coach or the linebacker coach, like the defensive coordinators, how to do tackles. Let's work on technique. All you can tackle a guy like more taller than you downfield or up in field. How do you can make that tackle? How you can execute to succeed in that tackle? You can do a diving tackle, but make sure that you hit under thigh or you go straight to the waist and wrap it up.
This is one of the biggest football fans out there. Hey, sorry to interrupt you. This is one of the biggest football fans out there right here. You say what's up? As he came out, he was looking for me. So he always comes in on my podcast. Every time I'm having one, he's like, Papa, you'll find me every single time. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go on. So yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's it was hard for me. Like November, December was sad. January, February, March, April, I will start getting like the rehab. I start rehab and May and start like walking with a chick nuts, keep limping. Like now I need to start using like compression socks for like better because I'm still having issues. Like any night or a midnight or any time I can get cramp. And the worst cramp ever, like you really feeling it. Like you want to start crying, like you need some help with somebody to help you up to pull the muscle or give you like I used to remember to my papa. You know who it is. You know what I'm talking. Starkey. Back in the days, you give me like, okay, you need just to get the Alka-Seltzer, put it in the water bottle, and then drinking. And you can get like all the action and everything. So I used to get that back in the day from him. I took the idea and that getting like the relaxing. It's better than eat like a banana. It's not good just for having that issue every morning, every midnight when you go to sleep, on between you sleep and like you woke up. You suddenly woke up because it's really painful. So I've been there, and I'm glad I have like a woman next to me, Carla. Bro, she's amazing. She's been with me. She's waiting for me in the airport, and it was like my luggage, and then like I've been limping the whole Panama airport, And I was thinking to stay on my mom's house. I was like, you know what? I can stay on my mom's house. Well, I was flying like 3 hours. The getting a goddamn delay for an hour and a half, and it was hurting me. My ankle was hurt. It was hurt, and there's not even like you see the golf cart. They can have you like to give you the assistance. You can have to walk all over the airport. I couldn't
Yeah.
find those. You can like walking and limping. So me and my luggage. That's it. So she been waiting for me. We took an Uber. I remember that day. It was like November 11th, around like 9:30 when I landed in Costa Rica. She took me. We went to San Juan de Dios. You see the San Juan de Dios hospital. Doctor
Uh-huh.
they like evaluated how it looked, and it wasn't look good at all, bro. He just touched me a little bit. Like
Man.
so at least like a month. So since that time, I couldn't play with a CRFL team. I used to have in that plan. Play with them in Diriamba in Nicaragua. I couldn't. Um, and just right after that, I couldn't do anything. Right now, no football for me until I get like recovery 100%. If I still thinking, play at least like a couple seasons before I just get my full retirement.
Fuck, man, that's crazy. So you had to like reuse the muscle, everything. You got a cast or just the boot?
My cleats.
No. For your ankle, did you have a full cast or did you just use the boot, like the plastic one?
No. Just the whole that, bro.
Oh, yeah, like so it was a full cast.
It was a full cap until the knee, bro. So I
Uh,
couldn't. All my foot it was my foot, the leg, and everything. I used to be out all the way up. Reason why it getting it like it, after they took the cap from me, it getting worse. So because I earn like a blood clot. So when I get the blood clot, I went
fuck.
to and I remember that Carlos aunt to like, yo, you gotta go to the goddamn hospital. If you don't go to the hospital, I'm gonna put your ass in a goddamn taxi so you can go to the San Juan de Dios and see what's going on with your leg. And that's what it was. And I went Saturday at 2, and I leave the hospital around like 11:30. And then I have just like been getting pills. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Look, I was actually like this shot like three like maybe how many shots I used to be getting like daily basis. Like twice a day, bro. 3 times.
Damn.
Look,
Damn.
I was
So
little,
when do you
bro.
get back on the field? Are you jogging yet or just walking?
Look, I used to have both and half of the other box.
Oh, hell's to the no.
So,
Hey, yo, but are you jogging now or just walking?
no, I'm jogging like 75%.
All right. That's good. That's good.
Really?
At least the
I'm trying
epidemic is almost like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, but I cannot tell you, Rob, that okay, I'm been jogging right now like 100%, and I'm start running like full speed. I upload one of my histories on Facebook. One day I was like jogging, but the next day when I like right after I jogging, like the leg it started get swell another leg. So I was like, hold on, let me just take it slow. So I went to the doctor. It was May 25th. I remember May 25th. I got a doctor's appointment just to double check to see how it looks, and then he said like, okay, you're good to go. You don't need any more like shots. You don't need like the compression, like compression stop. Only just use the shots. So your blood circulation start getting better daily basis, and to avoid to get cramp. And I'm glad to start using that, bro, because my circulation, it was badly because I get it cramped every day. It was a daily basis. It was like when you like let's say that we got a game, like we getting it really exhausted, but we didn't stretch it. Like we just go and dress up, go to the shower and sleep, that you start getting cramped. Like everything, every single move that you do, your muscles get pulled in against like it. So that was the way that I was feeling every morning, midnight, every time, anytime. So that was my concern. I was really worried. Like, okay, this is not a good sign. I need just to double check if I really want to keep playing football. I need just to stepping up and see what's going on with this. And I'm glad that I'm still not 100% to play right now. But with this pandemic thing, if we have season next year, that first, I think I have to be ready. That happens. Man, it was really tough. Not even to the worst guy ever. I was just say like you really deserve it. Nah, man. Nobody deserves to be there.
Man, that sucks, yo. I'm glad you're getting better, man. I'm glad that you're at least out jogging. Like again, this epidemic was almost a blessing in disguise, man. I was getting these major migraines just before the season started, so I probably would have had to miss like the first 2 weeks before I could get back on the field. So I would have to miss like the first 2 games if we went into the season in March and stuff. Like if everything went normal, yeah. So it was almost a blessing, man. It gave me a lot more time to work. I got healthy again. Like the migraines are gone. I'm all good. And the same thing with you right now. Like it sucks that it fucking happened, and it's the worst when you know it's someone's fault because you're like if you're just in the middle of a play, it's nothing happens. You fall wrong, something. You're like, oh shit, like it happened. There's nothing I can do, right? But when you know someone did it to you, it's someone that you're like, you mother.
Yeah,
But
right,
I'm glad. I'm getting better. We get to see each other on the field too.
well, yeah, that's I know. To know that nobody at all, man. It was it's tough. It's tough when you tell you I just take it. And right now with all this thing, I've been fully like just being focused on business, raw athletics, and do my thing. That's what I've been doing so far. Not playing, like I said, trying to take care of myself first, and during the meantime, I'm being like trying to develop and just make a better deliver of my business. So that's what I've been doing so far. So for like
So,
right
but
now,
you're starting. Hey, you're starting a new project, right?
what project?
Uh, I'm talking about the jerseys.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm right
Exactly.
now. I'm just like I'm being like full focus on the business right now. Like working just in like clothing, like do uniforms, like everything. Uniform, tie pads, boxers, everything like everything that I can actually get just to improve and make the business start going up and growing up and look better. I'm in, and that's what I've been doing so far. I started
What
just
do
with
you
a
have do you have a name yet for your business?
huh?
Do you have a name yet for your business?
It's the same name, just raw athletics.
But hey,
Bro,
I got a
I
question
have it.
for you.
I have it raw athletics since 2016, bro. But until now, start getting like serious. Like just let make this thing look more legit.
That's
And I was like, you know what? I've been seeing like uniforms. I've been seeing like coding. I can do something better. So that's what I've been doing so far.
that's good, man. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy things going good for you. But I do have a question for you though. You were born in Panama, right?
Yeah,
You grew up in Panama. What's it like? I've always wanted to go to Panama. I've never even gone even for a game, like at all. Like I've always wanted to go.
bro. I can tell. It's like really brief about my story, like real quick. In Panama, when you had a football, when you feel like you are really football players, or you are a football player itself, it's like it's a football. Football is a kind of lifestyle right away. When you step into the field, you got a discipline. The coaches be on top of you to make you like what they really want. That's why we got Super Pee Wee, we got Pee Wee, we got varsity, we got Major League, we got Master 35 on both on okay, like in flag football and in contact.
No way.
And you got and if you see females, there's no contact females in Panama, but you got like Pee Wees, Super Pee Wee, you got Master, and you got varsity and flag football for women.
Oh shit, eh?
No contact, but if they have to switch the contact, they know how because basically in Panama they show you like all the technique, all the environment, like okay, every single step. So when you step into the field, you got with the mindset, you got with the mantra that you really do. You have you know what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And for real, bro, if you really want this to go to Panama, let me know. If you really want this to go to the field, like we got, I remember back in the days, the field where I used to play the Balboa High School.
Uh-huh.
Remember that Panama have they have like the United States have like the embassy areas
Uh-huh.
until they get the until they get just the assessment Torrijos Carter was the Torrijos Carter actually that agreement. All right. So in 1999, all those lands came back to the Panama government. But back in the days, the United States used to have those fields and they have it nice. So that's why we adapted and we accept the culture. Because is there many soldier kids they used to do at that time, and that's the thing that's why we like okay, just have a good field on high school. But now we got a badass stadium in America. Now
That's
we got
crazy.
we got now we got Media Royal, like something from first level, bro. Like if you like, I can show you like pictures and video that you can actually see like, bro, this shit is amazing. I hope any Costa Rican player have the opportunity one day to get there and play, like wearing the jersey, wearing the gear, and like step into the field. You have that feeling like, yo, this is the good shit. And we got the other, we got the other one. I don't know if you heard about the Cosmopolitan Field. That's a nickname that we call it.
Nah.
Actually, we call it the Cosmopolitan Field because that field, you're in the field, but you feel surrounded around like a bunch of buildings over like 30 or more than 30 floors.
Wow, really?
Throw in the pass, you throw in the pass, and you see like right in front of you, you see like a big ass building. The real name of that field is the American Airlines Football Arena.
Really? Wow.
Basically, American Airlines, that was actually one of the condominium, like, how we call it. He wanted to be ballers in Panama, like, he really run the show. So he sponsored the Panama, like the Panama teams with the flights and all that. So they have all the facility. That's why they went to Guatemala and work asses because they got everything, bro. They got the hotel, you got a flight. But the thing is that they have a big ass structure, like really structured. They have to really structured. Like you have to sit down and see, like, okay, let's gonna do something really special. And I'm always say this: the kids are the future. So we start building up for the future because at some point we're not gonna reach like 40, 45, 50 and keep playing. No, we have just to get to okay, the kids in the future comes right behind us. They need to stepping up and just keep
Yeah.
going and keep develop the sport. But that's my concern right now. We have just to put more attention on the like small leagues, flag football with the kids, and that's why Panama is really successful in that area. And they also another category they always participate in the states,
Hmm.
like 14, under 10, under 9, under 20, like varsity, pee wee, super pee wee, to call it in other words. They always in the game, bro, and that's the reason why you need to start to have like good feel, like do like training, um, playbook, everything. You have to everything has to be integral. Like you have to get everything together. But when you have the opportunity, like yo, I know right now with the coronavirus and this other pandemic situation are like worldwide, you can't even take a flight right now. Only the humanities flights that you can actually like somebody else in another country, and that's the only like that you can right now step in a flight. But besides that, the football league right now in Panama is like frozen. This virus haven't have all of us out of the street.
Yeah.
Costa Rica, a lot that there's people from the minister of health that they have a good control. Right now in Panama, you can get like more than 700 cases daily basis. Reason why the football cannot be developed. Everything is shut down. Every open field sports, any contact sports, even if you go like go jogging yourself, you gotta go with mesh and you need to have like I don't know, like 2 or 3 meters like being running by behind you. You cannot be close. But right now the football it's like stop.
Everything stopped, man. There's no NBA, and they're saying that they don't even want to play. Half of my Niners team right now have coronavirus, man. Like all the quarterbacks, Jimmy G. Like what? How, I would love to see them play this year, but I don't even know if they're gonna have any sports, man. I don't think so. Not until there's a cure. Like until there's a cure, and hopefully they're not gonna charge up the ass for it to try to screw over a bunch of people. Then fucking, we should be all right and move forward. Like last thing I heard, I think they're in like phase 2 of testing or phase 3 of testing. Like it can happen. It's not impossible. You know what I mean? Like a cure can happen. We can get it and start almost like influenza. Like it's not that it ever disappeared. We just got a shot for it so it doesn't mess us up anymore. Like that's the only thing that I can see that we can do with this coronavirus, man. Like that's it. We just gotta wait. We gotta try not to get fat, which I've done. Like, guy, I lost 20 kilos in this, like, before March. And then once all this stuff hit, yeah, it all went down, man. I started eating all the goodness again.
But bro, you can like you can just keep going. Right now, I just do things on my house. I'm afraid just to stepping up the every like regular gym. No, hell no. I do my thing in the house. I use my little new hill. Start doing things with tires up the hill, training rope, and I just keep going. Keep the shape. You see what I'm saying?
you,
But
you
you
know what
cannot
it is?
do it.
You know what it is? This is not an excuse because it's a horrible excuse, but I need the team to push, not to pushing, but I need the team to go out and just do it. It feels like a chore, but I'll go out there and I'll puke for everyone. I'll fucking go out there. I'll run miles, dying, sweating, crawling, everything, but with the
Oh,
team.
that's the mindset. You have to be focused. You have to be disciplined. The same way that you actually push your team to do things in the right way, you have to push yourself at the same way.
And that's true.
You have
I
to
still
push.
practice my footwork. I still practice my footwork here in the backyard and shit. So I'm still like doing technique and stuff like that. But my
Oh,
endurance, my
man,
recovery time, oh man, it used to be great. It was great. It's fantastic. Now it ain't shit.
I can't imagine the nobody in the field right now. There's no way that you can go to the field, not even in the condos. So you have to do things from inside of your head. So why you cannot start doing like really like suicides, like short suicides?
Yeah.
You can start you start getting pumping your heart like boom. So you start doing nice cardio. You can start from that way. Then like switching with some push-ups, some high knees, and
Push-ups
you
I'm
can start
doing.
getting.
Uh, Push-ups I'm doing at least. And so I need to do sit-ups, man. Like it's been bad. It's been a bad epidemic for me.
To do some thruster. I I challenge you to do some thruster. Like 4 sets of thruster, 4 sets. Let's say that you throw in like 40 each set, 40 thruster. Put the tire up, go the way down, and go back all the way up, and stretch your arm. All right, go back, put it right here, go down, go up, and bro, start getting your you guys start getting your the hamstring start getting bigger. You start getting your calves start getting strength and strong at the right way, and also you start getting your thighs start getting bigger and like shredder, like really shredder when you start working with. Well, you have to put your mindset, bro. Every
Yeah.
morning, like when you wake up, you get your breakfast, you're gonna go wash your teeth, you're gonna take a shower. Same thing. It needs to be like I said, if you combine all your lifestyle, including football, there's no way your body like yo something that you're missing on your itinerary. What's going on?
Oh, football. Trust me. I'm just not missing doing the stuff here at home. I'm missing it on the field, man.
I wish, for real, I wish it was like I almost go to a year in November that I didn't even like step in or put my feet on any field. So it's like man,
Wow.
it's rough. Rough for every single player. All the guys are really exciting on every team. Pumas, Toros, Leones, the other teams they coming up like Saints. All the
Yeah.
guys, bro. Bulldogs, Dragons, Vulcans, the Jaguars from Liberia, all the teams, bro. Titans, Falcons, all of us in the same boat. All of us in the same boat. All including the girls. Also including the girls. Goddesses, Flames, Valkyrias, the guys from the Southern Knights. Bro, if you can put in a scale, you can include also the guys from flag football,
Yeah.
from Bible, on flag, and other teams they have it in Cañas. It's like a private school. in Cañas, they playing flag. Bro, all of us have the same feeling. And if you
Oh
don't
yeah.
have the same feeling, you're not a football player at all. Not even
Yeah,
to
you
say
got
that you
put.
are an athlete. No,
It's a wrap.
because your body like you feel like an itch, like you want just to put your cleats on and you want just to step into the field. And that
Yeah.
happened every single basis, man. Because your body most of the time being getting like used to work 2 or 3 times a week before a game, or at least one day before to step into the field for a real game.
Yeah.
But now we also to say like you probably when everything this fit get over and we go back to football, you will see which one is ready and prepared. Only the guys that been doing their shit during the whole, let's say like
Yeah.
a blind season. They doing workout at home, do things, jogging and do it. And the other guys are not doing nothing. Like only let me just feel lazy back, chill on the couch, be drinking, eating. So you're gonna see like it will see like a big difference between one or the other. But all of us
Yep.
really deserve it. So in that part, I really agree with you. When we have the opportunity, if you're really going, we'll go to Panama. Let me know. I can hook you up. You can go to the field. I can introduce you to my real coaches back in the days.
That's
The
huge.
majority of my now they coaching other teams. They used to play like Panama Saints. One of my coaches playing in Raptors. All right. And when I used to play in Barton in Falcons, we was like the Panama Saints small like junior. Well, the junior
Hmm.
we call them Falcons, like Panama Falcons. We used to remember like any given Sunday same uniform, but it was a Falcon like black rush like with the Falcon and everything like black. But the worst we work like we playing at noon, bro. And you can imagine Panama weather sucks. With no offense, because it's my country and I really love it. But like wearing at 11 or 10, like let's warm up at 10:30, like 10:30 to play at 11:30 with a black uniform, bro. And I, that's damn. I remember back in the days. It was like also was playing for Panama Dragons. It was my coaches, and yeah, I have a lot of stories like and flashbacks. You remember when you was like that was a young kid when you used to play in the line. Oh, I remember when my first pick when I was drafted. Like
Uh-huh.
I was in the I was the third pick.
Nice.
Can't imagine. And also I feel because bro, when you are the kind of play that you feel like you got the skills and you feel like you really athlete because athlete is not you're not born athlete. People have to understand that.
Mhm.
Devil athlete. You can feel or you can learn the athleticism and you can have that like okay, it probably came out in your DNA like just to be like athletic. Like,
Mhm.
you feel like you're athletic, but consistency is the key.
Yep.
To keep going and develop your application. It's the only way, bro. And probably they see a lot of things on me like this young kid. But like I was came from the ghetto. I was no like no cleats, no nothing. So when here in Costa Rica when I see like kids, you see the guys in Cartago, like Paraíso Pirates, the Cook Israel, got a really a bunch of guys really talented, and they came for the ghetto. But it's really admired when you see Coach Israel pushing together, doing charity to keep their kids together in the same level. And when I have something or when I can help somebody like that, I've been there. I know that
Yeah.
feeling. When you feel like you've been struggling back in the days when you've been there, you know how it is, and you know how hard it is. So if you can help, it's really like it's really like you have that feeling like I can even like I'm speechless right now because I knew that I've been there, and it's really good when you help somebody else have the skills. They have they doesn't have the opportunity because probably they don't have no money for a bus fare. Also, that happened to me here with Tiburones. I can tell Rob, and it's a long like it's a real my true story. When I came here to Costa Rica to start playing, I remember when Papa Charlton and Coach Gary, like because I used to came out with a friend of mine, JP, Habla Sofeifa. He came like, okay, I was staying in his house because we used to work together in that area in the call center. And he went like, okay, let's go to a game. I was like, game where? Like football, like American football. He's like, you have to be kidding me. No, yeah, we got football here. And that was like the first season we started on Pimpasa. Remember, nice and sharp field, like when you see like used to like you have that feeling with real football back in the days. Like no people like you have like you go hard or you go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I remember when I went and I do tryouts. First of all, I do tryouts with the coach in that time from Dragons. Dale might knew. And he knows, probably if he see the podcast, he know that he left me because he didn't pick me. And actually, I went to Pipasa. I remember that day Mustangs was playing against Tiburones, the first game.
Uh-huh.
And yes, and I was in the band, but like in the crowd, basically, like watching the game. Other people watching the outside the field, like in the fan, because there's no crowd, but you can like put your face close to the fan and you can see. At the game at the end, Tiburones won the game, and I remember those words. It was in Spanish. ¿Cuál es, mi hermanillo? ¿Cuál es la última? And I told her like, que lo que es todo bien, todo en orden. I told him I was the chart. You know, Papa, if you're watching this podcast, you know how it is. You know, right back in the day, and he told me like, yo, that you playing football? I like, yeah, I used to play football, and I used to play in Panama. I throw right in his face, all my background, everything what I'm doing in Panama was like, and I was broke, bro. I was broke, and between him and Coach Gary, he gave me $100, and that's the way when you build trust.
Yeah.
And that's part of life. That for me is part of life. It's my label.
Yeah.
You always have to build because somebody else take the $100 and they're not gonna come in. Not even step into any field. Like, okay, I got those $100 and then go. What I did is get the $100, pay my bus fare. I remember the bus ticket was like $40, almost like $50. And with those $100 in that time, I pay my ticket, I eat, and I went to my mom's house like, Mama, voy a Costa Rica, voy a jugar, te amo, vengo pronto. Those are my words I told my mom in Spanish. I went out, get my dirty ass, ugly cleats. I remember it was the Easton. You can imagine the brand was the Easton. It's almost like a baseball cleats, but they throw like a football model. It wasn't look ugly, all black like. And the cleat it was like turf. It was like turf model. So I got my Easton, I got my old ass That helmet I have it since varsity. Shoot Eric, 1995. I have it in the closet. I hope one day just to like put it like I don't know, just to have the retirement and just put it in acrylic glass and just leave it as it is. All the scratches, everything. So I went, I got my shoulder, I got everything, I packed everything up, and I'm coming back. I came back like 3 or 4 days after. And I went to the next game, Papa, señor, ya estoy aquí. And they was like, what's in shot? Like, they didn't expect that coming because it was $100 they probably didn't give it away to that guy to help him out
exactly.
to do.
He's just gone.
Back with I told her I'm ready. Bring my shit, I'm ready. So let's practice. And I remember back in the days in Atillo Ocho with Disco, with all these guys, Arturo, Anthony, with Guerrero, all the old school guys. And I can mention Manny, Feeney. Okay, we would start like, let's practice. We used to practice Tuesday and Thursday night in Atillo. Many times we've been involved between gunfire in the hood. Like we practicing and they gunfire between them like dogfight. Seen many times dogfight in that corner, and we just many times we like run out of the field because the guy like they shooting like you see like man in there. That's a true story that many people in Costa Rica doesn't know. Only the guys that I mentioned and all my teammates, my old ass teammates from Tiburones, they know how it is. Maynard, you can ask Maynard. You play with Maynard, Charlton, when you start coaching and start playing at the same time. Who else? Nacho. Pito was the running back. That kid was tough kid, man. And I was like, man, I still have some pictures like I used to play like back in the days with the Tiburones. We went just to the first championship against Scott, Rogel, Sharif, Compion, Vikingo. I call him Vikingo. Richie Jimenez, the 72, is a big guy. Look like a Nordic. Look like a fucking Nordic guy. So yeah, man, and I can tell, bro. And without no respect, the football that we have so far is the battles. We got battles here. We got real battles. But back in the day, when you step into the gridiron, it was like a fucking dog fight, like a pit bull against like American Stafford. Like when you see battles like between Toros, Tiburones, Bulldogs, they're all Bulldogs. I tell them all Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I didn't even wait. They're all Bulldogs. Also the Black Gators, they still like they fighting. So the competition was tough. The Mustangs. I remember the first time that I'm like we get crashed. Terral Rose, Mikey Soler, Miguel, and the Soler brothers, man, they was like, man, those are, so you can start like mention guys that back in the day used to talk to people, and that time it was a good football. It was a good football. Yeah. I wish I could have the same attitude in that time that we're passionate. We playing football. We go hard. We train in. And let's say that we practice today, take a shower, stretching, and we're still thinking about football. I really wanted just to come in Thursday, came back so I can go back to practice so we can be ready for Sunday to start playing, or Saturday night. But I don't know, man. It's probably is a old school player mindset. I think
Yep.
it's a new way. I don't know. How do you want to call it? But now we got a great competition. I'm glad that, to be honest, that we start building like more teams coming up and try just to make something for just to develop the sport in the right way here in Costa Rica, or just to have
Yep.
like like a commission or something they can actually help the teams or perform, develop with funds. Uh, if the Costa Rica real team go back to Panama or going to any place, Hero, whatever place you go, they really have to get support. Like, okay, economically, we're gonna give it this, so you can cover like flight ticket or hotel or your dinner or your lunch. But you need to keep working hard on it just to get there.
This
Just
is
to
the thing,
follow
though, man.
Panama.
We need to work together. That's the only way this is going to work. Every team needs to work together. Every team needs to actually look at the league that we have and have realistic goals. Not like, oh, I'm not joining because I don't like that guy. Or, oh, I'm not joining because you guys should have 10 leagues and you should already have the mini league and this league. It's like, yo, first of all, we're starting from scratch again because every time something happens and every time one person's in charge, something happens. Like, there has to be a round table. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're broke. We're broken. We're the only country right now that does not have a league. And it's not, everyone can point fingers and everyone can blame, but it's because we don't work together. If uh if the commissioner has a team, he's got an agenda because he only cares for his team. The advantage is his team. Now, I'm not pointing fingers. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, oh, this person, no, but it is what it is, man. I've seen in this league rules put in place saying, okay, if you leave a major team, you cannot go to another major team. But because that player will help the the other team, oh no, it's okay. We can bend those rules. It's all good. There's no problem, right? It's not fair. It's not fair. And like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. If you make a rule, you have to stick to it. It doesn't matter if it affects your team or if it doesn't. You have to stand by it, man. You can't just say one thing and then turn the cheek because it gives your team an advantage. You can't. It's not fair.
Yeah.
You have to make it fair for everybody. That's all it has to be, man. Just make it fair. As long as everyone works together and everyone goes for a common goal, which is improve football, teach the kids, and actually make it grow, then okay, everyone will help out. Everyone will help each other. The league can finally grow. But if it's just everyone saying, okay, well, just meet here and that's it, well, then anyone can do that. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but the sport will not grow because it's always just going to be a mahanga.
Okay. Actually, right now, I seen like a couple of weeks. Um, to be honest, the CFL, they do their thing. Probably some people they don't like. Others they do what they feel like. But I think that like Disco the last time they just show up in the meeting and he was sincere. He wanted just to work with everybody. At the end, all of us is like a pro football. We are pro football. One just to get the benefit of the football. Because if the football is going down, if the football dies in Costa Rica, what are we going to do? My intention, honestly, in the near future, I'll start taking the courses. I'll start taking the courses online to be a coach, like certified coach. And I wish I could like coaching like kids or any other like female team or something. Right? Working with base. Let's
Yeah.
start something like a base. Let's start working on foundation because it's easy to set up like a grow ass team with a bunch of men over 20 up, but it's more, let's say like we set up a team and we start working with kids like your son's age, like Pee Wee. See what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
just get guidelines and just like throw the seed on the field so they can grow up themselves and guide them up in the right way.
Yep.
And they're gonna become like a real player with values. That's what I really want. That's what I really want. And whoever probably see this podcast or has not seen it, I mean, he's not agree with me. I really respect their opinion. That's my humble
Yeah.
opinion. I talk for me. I wish, because like touching the pain point is like how these kids, like Falcons, Titans, they have competition between them, but we need to like integrate more teams. Like I wish, um, let's say Vulcans Junior or other teams like under 19 Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that's varsity. That's varsity. I wish we can settle like a league, like a varsity league for those kids like from 14 to 17. See, that's the category. They
Yeah.
supposed to be in that. As soon as they grow up and they get the idea, they get their cellular, they turn to 18, then they can decide and they have to go into the major league. So it's a path. It's a path. So that's the right way it's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to. And the Piratas, those little kids they are super peewees. You got kids from 9 to 12. And the majority of those kids, they are a beast. They are the beast. But unfortunately, they doesn't have any competition
Yeah.
because there's no league for their category. So that's my point. That's my view side. That's my foresight that I feel like why we don't like create a league for those guys. It's tough, and it's for me. It's really miserable to see something like they working. Let's say I don't want this to sound with same language in this podcast at all, but it's like they working their ass off all year just to participate in some events. Like we know, did not mention names, but that's the only thing they do. Practicing. Israel put the little kids to practice 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a week, because I know, because they're really perfectionists. They like this to get the right way. They like long distance smooth, okay, flawless, because that's their philosophy. Just to like do the things in the right way and run the
Mm-hmm.
things well as a football. But you can keep going, doing this, doing that, but if you don't have nothing against to compete, it's really frustrating. And that's the thing that I have just to like, I don't know, like settle like foundations and promote them more. I wish, we've been together in back in the days in different meetings with Johan, with Paolo, and I'm always that I'm stepping and put my spoon in. I'm always saying why we don't start working with a small kids. It's their way that we can actually turn this to get this accomplished and implement this sport on the schools, at least to start in flag football, so they know base and flat football. And then if they really decide to jump into contact, it will be good. But that's those are the things that we to understand, and we have to learn about how we can implement and put like football, we settle on the schools. That is going to be like a badass mission because that ha- if that happens and
That'd
we
be great.
start like develop players, bro, we gotta see that we got tons of guys, tons of kids to pick everywhere and set up the big ass league for categories for each one category. Pee Wee, Super Pee Wee, and I really do apologize to be annoying with those names and be mentioned over and over because I
No,
have. But basically, we have to work on Pee Wee, Super Pee Wee, varsity, and then keep going just to the major league. I wish one day we can do some Master 35. All school players can participate. 35 up. We can do 8-on-8, short field, because the majority of us don't have the same tank like back in the days, like run in and out. so you see what I'm saying? So, and that way we have football alive.
yeah,
We still have football, and it's the same thing when you see those old dudes they go to play like a hoop over there in how they call it in Dos Rios, or old players like 45 up, old dudes like playing mejengas football in Savannah. Some of them it could be my grandparents, and they keep playing. So
yeah.
why we doing the same, or we can build that kind of culture at the very end that would be good for us. Like, okay, play 45, but we have mejenga, just to chill, relax, flat football, just to keep the bones moving and the muscles do something. That would be great, but I don't know. That will be depends on how we can implement and working together as the one muscle.
That's the thing, right? We have to work together first. We have to get along. We have to get everyone on the same page. We got to stop being divided. You know what I mean? Everyone has their reasons, but we need to come together and make this shit happen. If not, we're never gonna move forward, man. Because if we're all together and we're all one league, then everyone can have a minor league. You know what I mean? Or a youth team, you can say, because from there everyone's competing against everybody. Then that youth team can, oh, I got a little brother. Okay, you bring those guys. You start the younger one, and you can keep going. You can build it. It's not impossible, but we have to come together, man. We can't divided. We all fall, man. There's nothing gonna happen. Like at least I'm not. I'm actually happy that we're gonna have this new tournament coming up hopefully next year. It should be good, man. It's gonna be fair it's supposed to be fair for everyone, right? So that's the main thing that we need to focus on. If everyone's got the same complaint, then we're all gonna fix everything. But if only one team's complaining and everyone else is like, well, like everything's fine, well then we know, you know what I mean? The majority vote is, yo, we just keep going.
Yeah, like just to be like Democrats, like okay, you have to be like democracy
Yep.
and just start voting. If let's say 5 or 8 teams and 1 or 2 teams complain, the other 6 they have the right. They won't. Hey, 6 against 2 is like okay. So you guys, the other 2 they not was agree with, you guys better adapt it or stay out of it. But that's not the idea. All of us have to think that we are in the same boat. We are in the same page. We're gonna work this, and I'm really excited that at least Johnny have the intention and Disco being start doing things to try just to put everything like combined. But I have another idea on mind which is good. That's my opinion. Once again, you need to start doing like tryouts, recruiting, draft people. Let's do a draft. Let's do a but look at the good thing is everybody can come in. They all the make all the things, write it down, get all the data from every single new player, location, numbers, email, and then you can see like, okay, this guy, for example, just to give you like an idea, okay, Pumas belongs to Alajuela. How are you gonna put a player from Alajuela to play in Cartago? Doesn't make any sense. So everything needs to be like according like the close area where the player lives. Okay, even you part of the drafted, but for your location, you belong or you have to go to this team, which is close to your house. That would be better for you for practice, or closer to take a bus to go to practice, because that's the way it is. And all these years, we have an issue that, okay, this guy's coming. I remember back in the days, bro, and I can tell, and I truly believe that everyone will be agree with me when they hear this. When you show up for football, no matter if you have to come from Guanacaste, go to practice, you always be on the field. As a number one to be ready, gear up and everything to start warm up and start practice. That was me, bro. When I used to play with Tiburones, I was living in Palmares. Back in the days, I was living in Palmares. And sometimes when the practice was like finished late, I would stay at Papa's house, I would stay at Charlton's house, and I was like, yo, I would stay in Charlton's house. I used to stay on the Disco's house. I love all his family, like treat me like a real friend.
Yeah.
Love his mom like any other, like because they treat me like they really adopt me, bro. And also I've been staying in different houses. So I was like a homeless player. I was like a homeless player, like being jumping from different houses after practice because I don't have like the how we call it. I don't have the facilities. I have like a car that's like a truck from Palmares to Atillo, back and forth the same day. But other lazy ass player, I was like, yo, you gotta fucking kidding me. You crazy. I'm not going from Palmares to San Jose to play or to practice. Hell no. But when you have a love for some sport like football, like everybody does, no matter where you live, you're gonna be there. You're gonna get
You'll be there, man.
You got the commitment. But now we are in new time, new era, right? So it's just to provide the facility to the players. If you, for example, if you live in Palmares, San Ramon, Punta Arena, obviously you got options in Alajuela. You don't have to go all the way down to San Jose to pick other teams, or you don't have to go to San Pedro to pick other teams, or you don't have to go to Turrialba, Cartago, or if you really want from Palmares to go all the way up to the north border until you reach Liberia, it's up to you. You got the options, but that's the point. You got this. I really admire this kid from Guapiles. We got both. It's like this pandemic. We have to see. We got to get the vision, but from other perspective. Like just giving some time for people doing like virtual tryouts or recruiting and they got another team like Tigers. So everything starts getting like gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty just to have more teams to be involved to get a badass league to play with.
What we need, man. That's
And
what we need. I hope so. I hope one day we'll come back to it. I think it will.
sure, and that's how I can tell like about just like football from far place come in, work together as a team, as a family, and go back home and and wake up the next day in the morning to go to work sore. No matter. You was sore, you was like yawning, you was sleeping and everything sleepy because I used to work at like at 6:30 or 7 a.m. And I was like yawning, sleeping and sore. But I was like really happy because the day before, the night before, I was running, catching, hitting, and do everything, man. And I was keep looking books, and I just keep looking, watching videos to get better every day because that's the way it is.
It
Coaches can give you tools. Coaches can give you the ideas. Coaches can guide you on the way up, just to guide you like, okay, this is what you need to do. But if you really want this to get all yourself to get better and improve yourself, you need just to do it for your own. Read. You're a QB. Read defense. Keep learning your playbooks. Open your mind. Always pay attention. Be focused.
put
And,
put put it this way. I'm gonna end the show like this because I'm getting those eyes of, hey, when you coming inside? I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm like, I'm gonna wrap it up. But I'll end it like this. For every player that's gonna watch this podcast, because obviously I'm gonna try to get it out there to everyone, to every player on every single team. I'm talking to all of you guys. The whole team talks. We know who's lazy. We know who's not putting in the work, and we all hate on you. So get your mind right, like fucking Clifford's saying right now. Get your mind right. You guys have people need to study this that football love. You you can't get it. You have to have it. You know what I mean? You can't teach it to somebody. You can't teach how to love football. You gotta have it. You just gotta love it. So if you don't love it, like what you're saying, man, what are you doing out there? Just like running around extracurricular? Nah, man. There's people on that team dying just for a win. Doesn't even matter championship. I'm talking about a win for that game that you're supposed to be focusing on. I'm just saying to everyone
okay.
watching, we know who you are. We know who you are. So smarten up.
And not it's not for the swat, man. It's for the love. Because it's easy just
Exactly.
to give me a picture like wearing a helmet, wearing a shoulder, and wearing a jersey. No. Yeah, hey, back in the day, I remember all the ugly ass jersey, the ugly ass helmet. I was like, my shoulder part was in pieces. The strap, it was like, it wasn't fit. It was raw. It was like with oxy all over that. Like, man. But no matter. We jump into play and we happy. We hit
Yeah,
somebody, hit them twice, hit them once, hit them 3 times, and you was like, and that will make you feel good. All right,
exactly.
I don't know that those things, those habits, it's been losing a little bit. So we have just to like get those things, like get those values like back in track. And the only way just to get those values back is just to set on a foundation all the new small kids to provide that mindset, to provide the idea how the football is, how the football works. Show the love of football so they can fall in
Yep.
love right away. Show the keys, show the steps. Let them follow you with good habits so they can recap and they can actually apply the right things.
No, I
So
completely, I completely agree, man. Completely agree. And I say this all the time. I appreciate it so much for you coming on my podcast, man. It's the greatest thing. I love talking to people. I love hearing the stories. It's great reminiscing, especially since you were actually my first person I ever went up against, because I went second year Raptors, and our first game was against the Shark, and I was playing N for the first time. So my first battle ever in this country was against you.
Yeah, I remember that.
Imagine that.
It's good just to remember that Raptors. It was a badass team. You were just
Yeah.
to hit 10. Hit Kenny was a fucking problem just to hit that guy because it was like 6'5", 6'6". I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
To reach him, to make a shot or tackle him or try to fumble him, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
To Watson back in the days, like when he started in Dragons, it wasn't like he wasn't that time good enough.
Yeah.
And what happened? Watson started studying. Watson changed position. Hey, if you really want this to get changes, you have to do different things. You're not gonna get changes if you can do the same thing. And he started doing different. Started studying the playbook. Started getting workouts a different way he's supposed to, and he becomes a beast. On 2009, 2010, it was his best. I think it was like his best season ever.
Yeah.
He ran out. He ran out us. You can see many videos around that watch him being like running football, like whoop bullet's ass, whoop people on his ass. You remember that like Channel 9, they used to have like Deporte Ocho, I think is the name of the channel.
It.
Yeah, with Oldman, this guy for the CFL right now, but he won one of the pioneers, like doing like not podcasting, but he was going to the field and doing a report. No, we need just to get all that thing get back, but CFL is doing it now. We have to become together as a family and everything just to be pro football. To make the sport keep growing up in all the areas, all the categories. Pee-wee, super pee-wee, and flat contact, women's contact, flat women, women flat, I'm sorry, varsity flat, and not tournaments.
For sure.
Not tournaments. Help the players to develop their skills. Make their weakness their strength.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. At some point, we have to retire. We have to hang up the cleats. We're not going to be ever game. So with the guys, the young kids coming behind us, we have to show them like how it is.
Damn right we do, man.
That's advice that I can tell.
Yeah, nah, man, I completely agree. Hey, you're coming back, eh? We're doing this again because I want to keep shooting the shit with you. It's fucking great, especially talking about the league. It's great ideas, man. That's what we got to do. We just got to put it out there, see what happens. Maybe someone's got to listen.
Yeah, just let me know, bro. Anytime we have the opportunity just to talk with you, do the podcast, I will be ready.
Perfect,
man. Bro, I got a lot of stories. I got a lot of things. But I want just to make this podcast too longer because the people might get bored seeing it. So we have to make it and be doing it in chapters so people know like, oh. So people start knowing like, oh, how the football back in the days in Costa Rica is.
Yeah.
2008. Why have been transformed from 2008 to 2014? What was the transition? Those people doesn't know.
You know what we should do? We should have one with me, you, and Shark.
Anytime, let me know.
Perfect. I'll make it happen, man.
So, in that podcast, you can put Ray, you can put Scott, you can put Soler. So it's like like old school football podcast.
Let's do it, man. All right, no, it's on. It's on. We got to do it. All right, I'll reach out to them.
So we can start talking like from 2010 right back.
Oh shit, that'd be amazing. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. That'd be great, man.
And somebody else that you can put in because I didn't mention it on this podcast, and I really appreciate it and all my respect that he really deserves. Rhinos, and I used to work with Rhinos, and I tell you, there was a fucking itch in the fat toe. Those kids with the coach, remember the quarterback Pete?
Yeah, that was my team, man. I was with Rhinos.
I remember that guy, and like God sometimes works strength for beauty at the same time. We worked. I was almost unemployed. Saturday. Area. We play in Rosabal Cordero. All right. It was Rhinos against Tiburones. I don't know if you remember that game.
Yes, I do.
So I broke 2 ribs. I make a sack to Pete, and I broke his ribs. And you can imagine, Monday morning when I went to the job interview, he was the guy who was interviewing me. He made the interview to me like, "Oh, you're clever, right?" I was like, "Yes, it's me. You know that you broke 2 ribs." And he just started pulling his shirt, and it was at like bang all the ribs. I was so ashamed of me, like, because I was like, "Paul, this dude's not gonna give me the job because I did that to him." But it was football, bro. It was football in the moment. So he was a good man. He was like, "I'll give you the job." And football is football, job is job. So if somebody else like, no, that guy, he broke 2 ribs for me. Fuck him. I'm not gonna hire him. Because some people have that mindset, unfortunately.
No, Pete was a great guy, man. You know what I learned? No, Pete was a great guy. You know what I learned about that game? That one and one more that I learned against the Bears. When you have the lead, run the damn ball.
Yeah.
That's what I learned.
Well, it's our football. It's simple. You win him, your clock. The game clock is your friend. If you run him, you whooping ass. Your linemen start getting all the D-line exhausted because they've been hitting the whole game. And the gaps just start opening themselves like, "Hey, yo, run if you want to, man." And every play, every run play, 3 or 4 seconds, you reduce for the run clock. 3 or 4, and you got the clock and the countdown moment. And if you are QB pretty smart, you know that you're gonna live the 20 seconds, start running, and you're gonna get the hot ball at the second number 2. So everything is running. You got the game clock is running. The clock for just to get the play out, it's running. So the better defense is just to keep the offense alive. It's simple. It's simple. It's called football. People sometimes not understand that. You try to be pretty creative when you lead in the game or making some kind of move. Well, guess what? Defense catches the ball, intercept it, game tied at a point at the last second, safety or some kind of weird place, and you lose the goddamn game. What reason? Because you didn't manage the clock game well.
That's right. I learned. You can't do the same mistake twice, man. You can't. All right, Joe. All right, I'm gonna jump out of here, man. Hey, I appreciate it so much. Thank you very much. We're gonna make the old school one happen. Let me reach out to those guys.
Okay, just let them know. Reach out to them and let me know. Anytime I will be ready. All right.
I will. All right, man. Take care.
Okay, you're welcome, my man. All right.